Hello again. So a question that I have for you, Vortex. Who needs logic or reason when you could just simply race bait? Okay? A lot of people that I talk to that are more left-leaning, they tend to be very hostile towards anyone that has an opinion that doesn't go along with this victim ideology, okay? So if I were to suggest to a person that is on the left that, you know, the government is not responsible for you, like they're not supposed to pay for your shit, you know, that's something that you do because you have the freedom to do that in this country. You have the freedom to go find yourself a job. You have that. You have that opportunity, you know? Now, I'm not saying that, I don't think that equal opportunity is what they say it is anyway, but we're not going to go into that because that's way too long of a conversation, okay? But it seems to me that people that, they want to complain about how they don't have as much opportunity as another person that looks, you know, maybe like I look because of my pasty white skin, all right? They say that, oh, well, you can go out and do whatever you want, but I can't. That person's a liar, okay? They're just saying that to make up excuses as to why they don't have as much as you do. Now, granted, my parents made great decisions. That's why I have had the opportunities that I've had, because they made better decisions. Parents that make shitty decisions, their kids don't have those opportunities. Sorry. I mean, it's just true. It's just true, okay? Now, I said that because I think that a lot of the time, and I guess with Marxism, people think that, you know, well, you can't have that opinion because you look this way. Anybody can have any opinion that they want. This is ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that people think that, oh, you can't talk about this because you look this way. You need to listen to me because I look that way. You need to listen to me. I know what I'm talking about. I know extra of what I'm talking about because I look this way. I mean, not necessarily. I mean, just because you have certain experiences. I mean, if we played this anecdotal evidence game, we just keep playing it, you know? Like, everybody has evidence that can knock out somebody else's evidence. That's why statistics matter. That's why analytics matter, you know? But not to say that anecdotal evidence doesn't mean anything at all. It all has to be empirical. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that it's not as reliable. But it doesn't matter to them anyway. Anecdotal evidence is knocked the fuck out because of identity. All this identity politics, they don't give a shit about, you know, oh, well, you're mentally ill, you know, you're extra mentally ill. So you really understand it more than, you know, I understand it because I'm not mentally ill. Isn't that funny? I think that's really funny because they love to tell us what to do when they don't even have what we have. But they're going to tell us. I say that brainwashing isn't for people that are truly mentally ill and have severe psychological disorders. I would say that the brainwashing is for the rest of society that buys into this shit, that their shit works. Because everybody knows, or maybe not, I don't know why I just looked back there. I don't know who I thought was back there, but whatever. It's the PTSD for you. So, like, I just don't understand, like, how or why so many people just keep trusting doctors, okay? Like, I don't care. Like, it doesn't matter. Credentials don't mean shit to me anyway. They just don't. Like, a lot of people, they think that they know what they're talking about all because they read a Washington Post headline. They think that they know what they're talking about all because they have a degree in fucking gender studies or some shit. You know, it's like, how can you trust these people? Like, you listen to them, they don't even know what they're talking about on anything, and like for whatever reason we're like obsessing about what these people think. Like, oh my god, I got called a racist. Like, yeah, you got called a racist by somebody that has never spent any time in the real world, you know? So what the fuck does it matter what they think? But anyway, it's like, hello, they'll never pick up that phone. I wish that I could stop being attracted to burnouts. So you're never not drunk? Awesome. I love it when somebody has problems. Because I have problems. I'm just a person with problems. It doesn't rely on the modern world to solve them. I am attracted to burnouts, though. It's bad. It's just successful people. It's like, why would you want anything to do with me? I mean, I know I'm a success, though. I really am. I haven't killed myself. You know? And also, I have 2 jobs. Not counting doing this, not counting doing stand-up, not counting, you know, my, you know, edibles. That really is more of a job than the 2 jobs that I get paid for. It's way more of a job because I am cooking with pot and making stuff with it, and that's a lot of work. I mean, I say it's not that big of a deal because I like work. I like to do stuff for other people, you know, so it doesn't feel like work to me. But other people are like, dude, are you seriously not going to consider that like a hobby or, you know, something you're pursuing? You know, like, I guess I just don't look at things the same way as others, but I don't know. I think that marijuana is a gift from God, and so if you really believe that, you give it away. And also, it helps veterans with their PTSD better than anything else. I know because I talk to veterans, and that's what they say. And so, if I have the opportunity to help them, I will help them. So, yes. So I want to show you guys that mental illness can be fun, and it can be lighthearted, and it doesn't have to involve arson, and it doesn't have to involve constantly playing the blame game and constantly victimizing others. People are going to say that I'm victimizing them all because they hear an opinion that they don't want to hear. Like, this stuff that I've been reading about Kanye West just makes me so angry I want to spit nails. Because people that don't even know him, that don't have any idea what he's experiencing, are trying to tell him what's going on inside his head. He knows what's going on inside his head. That's nobody else's responsibility. That just makes me mad. Because he's very smart, he's very brilliant, and they're going to try to take that from him. And it's all because they don't understand certain things that he says. They don't understand certain things that he says because he says a lot of stuff. He's been saying a lot of stuff that is not part of this modern culture, you know? Just think, the word cult is in the word culture. You know, a lot of these jokes would be really good if I worked on them, but I just don't. It's like I just don't have the time to do it. You see, I have schizophrenic privilege. They don't ever talk about that kind of privilege because people don't look at mental illness as a good thing, but I do. But I guess that's what makes me the craziest, is that, like, I'm not afraid of it. I don't think it's a bad thing. I run towards it instead of away from it because I'm not a little pussy. I don't understand why people don't want to understand things about themselves. It's like, if you have a problem, don't you want to understand that problem and why you have it rather than either put a Band-Aid on it or just pretend that it's not there? That just doesn't make logical sense. But because I have schizophrenic privilege, you know, I'm always funny. You know, like, I don't really have a choice in the matter. I'm always funny because I'm always out there. I'm always weird. I'm always different. Very, very eclectic. Don't you love that word? Eclectic. But, like, I'd much rather be out there than in there. You know, that's how I look at it. Like, people that are in there are very unaware of everything out there. So I feel like it's sort of my job to represent that and, like, not be I guess, like, intimidated by this idea that so many people are going to be, like, all up in arms. Like, I get this attitude all the time. I mean, I get into more heated discussions about psychiatry than anything else. Because I'm not going to go along with this bullshit. It's been bullshit. It will always be bullshit. Like, the same thing with Planned Parenthood. They want to fucking remove that street sign or whatever the fuck. Like, oh, well, you know, we're not going to include Margaret Sanger's name on this street sign, but we're still gonna go along with her Nazi eugenics bullshit. We're still gonna go along with that. We're not gonna take this abortion clinic out of the ghetto. We're not gonna do that. We're just gonna change the street name. Like, it's just funny. Like, that's just some more classic liberal bullshit. You know, it's like, yeah, we're gonna pretend that we care about this. Like, they don't give a fuck about any of that. You know, they're part of it. Anyway. I just find it funny, like, all these people, they want to act like they're good, you know? But that's what they do, you know? They say that good is bad and bad is good, and a lot of people, they say that I'm right about stuff. Like, they tell me that after, like, a while of, you know, being wrong. They tell me, like, man, you were right about smartphones. You were right about technology. You were right about them trying to control everything. Yeah, you were totally right. I'm like, oh, yeah? Have you cut yourself yet? Cut yourself in the shape of my face. Cut yourself in the shape of my face. That's what I want. That's what I want you to do for me. If you really want to prove to me that I'm right about everything. Here's the thing. I don't want to be right about any of this shit. I'd much rather be wrong. Much rather be wrong. I want to read this passage to you, and then I'm going to go. Cast your bread upon the waters, for after many days you will find it again. Give portions to 7, yes, to 8, for you do not know what disaster may come upon the land. If clouds are full of water, they pour rain upon the earth. Whether a tree falls to the south or to the north, in the place where it falls, there will it lie. Whoever watches the wind will not plant. Whoever looks at the clouds will not reap. As you do not know the path of the wind, or how the body is formed in a mother's womb, so you cannot understand the work of God, the maker of all things. Sow your seed in the morning, and at evening let not your hands be idle, for you do not know which will succeed, whether this or that, or whether both will do equally well. That's why I do as much as I possibly can. Yep, my keyboard agrees with me. I do a lot of shit. This is a fun Bible study. Yeah, it is. See, I don't believe that women should preach because that's what Paul said. So many black people, they try to get me to come to their church. And only black people, because they're the only ones that aren't afraid of me. I've gotten better at keyboard over the years. I think what I'm doing is going to be the new currency, since the Fed is on its way out. You know what's funny? They're having a coin shortage, and I have been collecting coins for quite some time, and I would say the Federal Reserve needs to show the fuck up in these drive-thrus because people just scatter their change everywhere. I fuck it up sometimes. It's okay because we're not a musician. We're a comedian. So that works, doesn't it? All right.